It was the great Patrice Lumumba who said, and I quote, "The day will come when history will speak. Africa will write its own history, and it will be a history of glory and dignity." Today, right here in Accra, we rewrite that history, not with ink, but in action, at the just-ended 13th High-Level Dialogue on Democracy, Governance and Human Rights. It is a flagship initiative of the African Union convened under the theme Justice, Rights, Reparations and State Building, co-hosted by the government of the Republic of Ghana and the African Union Commission. This event provided us a structured platform to explore transformative approaches to democratic governance and stability in alignment with the AU's 2025 theme of the year, which is Justice for Africans and People of African Descent through Reparations. It was a blessing hearing from the President of our Republic, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, who is also the AU's champion on reparations, along with 4 other former heads of state and government and leading experts who, through their expertise, embolden us to champion inclusive governance and sustainable peace dividends, especially through the active participation of women, youth, and civil society. As the conference MC for these AU high-level dialogues over the past 3 years, a few thoughts jumped at me, especially on this year's theme: Justice, Rights, Reparations, and State Building. Here are my thoughts. On justice and reparations, I believe reparations are not about charity. They are debts owed us. As Marcus Garvey rightly says, a people without the knowledge of their past history, origin, and culture is like a tree without roots. We must reclaim what was stolen, not just the wealth, but also the memory, the dignity, and the power that comes with it. In doing that, however, I'm minded of a brilliant submission by a communication and public policy expert from Botswana, Sedilame Nshigane, who said, and I quote, "The quest for reparations requires technical negotiators with discernment that are familiar with the real experiences of the ordinary African citizens and who have Africa's best interest at heart." According to Sedilame, we can't afford to outsource lobbyists and negotiators from outside of Africa because they may end up preferring artificial intelligence as a solution, or better still, the devaluation of our currencies instead of addressing the real socioeconomic challenges. On rights and governance, the wise African proverb reminds us, if your brother reforms, you ought to reform too. True democracy, my friends, should not just be about elections. It should be about justice for the marginalized, a voice for the silenced, and power for the people. As His Excellency John Dramani Mahama puts it, democracy must not be institutional alone. It must be relational, embodying the norms of our people. On state building and Pan-Africanism, let me recall the words of the Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, who said, and I quote, "We face neither east nor west, we face forward. Our states in Africa must be built on unity, not division, on reparative justice, not empty promises," inspired by the proverb that when the spiders unite, they can tie down a lion. The call to action then is simple. Let us lead as Africans, not as talkers, but as doers. As the great Pan-Africanist Amilcar Cabral taught us, tell no lies, claim no easy victories. The road ahead is long, but as our ancestors whisper, a roaring lion kills no game. So by all means, let us roar, but more importantly, let's act. I believe justice and rights should not just be footnotes to history, but as essential building blocks for statehood. May the African spirit of Sankofa guide us to look back to truth, move forward in justice, and build an Africa where, in the words of Fela Anikulapo, human rights na my property. The struggle continues until victory. May God bless the 13th High-Level Dialogue on Democracy, Governance, and Human Rights. But most of all, may God bless our homeland, Africa.